and you left them off to go to March, and that's okay. And you'll leave some off to go to April, but you're going to be feel very strong. Something around April, something around, they just showed me between April 23rd, I'm sorry, March, Aries, because they're showing me Aries. So, April 23rd to I'm sorry, I don't know why I want to say April 23rd. March 23rd to March 29th. Some kind of important activity during those dates. But your angels will give you a sign. Noah will give you a sign. Andrea will give you a sign. Just say, please, angels and ancestors, please help me. So, April, career advantages from promotion. May, please make those life decisions. Don't put them off. Understand, you have control. You have the control. Trust your instincts, trust your control. In June, go your own path. I'm not 100%, and I keep on seeing Eddie. See, Eddie. You see Eddie? Eddie in green. Okay, one second. Go your own path, meaning you might just want to do something on your own instead of collabing. You might want to do something that nobody else really. You just want to be independent on some kind of thing that you're going to be doing in June. And so it says, do your own path, go your own path. Okay? It doesn't matter other people's opinions. They want you to rely on yourself and be the lion that you are. Okay? July. There's a positive mindset that is kicking in. And the positive mindset in July will help you move forward and manifest the things that you've been wanting. Really for the past, I would say really strongly for the past 3 years. And extra strong for the past 1 year. Okay? I'm sorry. Something's with my throat. Probably allergies. August. Don't let your emotions rule your life. Okay. I talked a lot about your emotions earlier with that card. It's okay. Let your emotions out. Let other people know about them. But don't absorb them and make that stop you from manifesting what you want. Get it out and then keep it moving. All right? Don't ignore it. And it says, don't let your emotions rule your life. If some kind of issue stays with you or you feel like a blanket of sadness on you for more than a week or two, go to a healthcare provider. Keep your mental health in check, positive and upbeat and zen, under control. If you keep your emotions under control, where I'm not saying eat your emotions or swallow your emotions, don't express it. Yes, express them. I'm so sorry. One second. Maybe my beer will help me. If you have an outlet, just keeping it positive by August. Now, September, I told you watch out for your immune system being low. Well, a lot of people getting you sick because you're taking care of them. Surprise your partner. In terms of relationship, your relationship, I felt was good, but more attention needs to be, more hugs needs to be set up. A surprise. Your partner will surprise you, or you need to surprise your partner. Sorry about the burps in advance. Okay. I can't do anything about them. I have to have my beer because I don't have a water bottle. Okay. So anyhow, don't worry, I'm not driving. Okay. So, give your partner lots of hugs. If you don't have a partner, those Leos out there that aren't with a partner, you need to give that person that you are thinking of, they're just your friend, start giving them hugs and see what happens. See if there's a chemical reaction. Okay? More tenderness to your partner. Um, something retro. What is something retro? Needs attention. Yeah, relationships always need attention. Okay? But they're saying, especially around September, relationships need attention. I don't know why I wrote M retro. October, I see doctors, meds, and health. You want to tell me a little bit about that, October? Okay. What they're showing me is like there's a lot of dampness, and it's a busy time. It's a lot of dampness around. So for some reason, maybe there's going to be more rain. Um, and that's what they're showing me, maybe going back and forth to the doctors, either for you or for your family. So just be careful. Yeah, it's weird, but they're showing me where, I think this is your sister, wear the right kind of clothing. Maybe if you're always forgetting to wear a sweater or a jacket when you go out, wear that sweater. And who's getting cold all the time? Who's always cold? That might be thyroid, because that's how I found out about my thyroid. Very, very cold. I was always cold, and it was really warm, and I was freezing. Okay. So you might want to check your thyroid and or listen to meditation music that deals with the thyroid, and that deals with because the thyroid regulates your heat and your metabolism of your body. So how you get cool off and how you warm up and how you metabolize your food. Okay, that's how you know mine's not working so good. Okay. Anyway, November, it says reach out, allow others to support and help you through difficult times. Okay. And there's a whole feeling of like Leo always has to be the strong one. Leo, can deal with everybody else's problems. That's why they come to you, because you do that so well. But Leos need help too. Leos need to reach out too for help. Okay. So allow people to support you. December, deal with self-esteem issues. So everything is getting you ready to have your best life, physically, emotionally, mentally. Okay? That's how you can manifest the dreams that you want, even if it's just a little dream. Like, hey, Katrina, I just want, it's no big deal, but I always did want to go on this trip, but we had to keep on canceling it because once, some people in the family were dying, so we couldn't go on the trip. And then another time we didn't have the money to go on the trip, or my family, we have work and we can't go on the trip. But meanwhile, you're denying yourself. So what the angels want you to do is stop denying yourself and give yourself these things to build yourself up, because you matter. You should care about number one, yourself first, before you could take care of your spouse or your friend, before you could take care of your family members and your kids and your animals. You have to take care of this and this. Okay? So Eddie comes up a lot. I don't know who he is. You're having right now is a time of resetting yourself, but you're thinking a lot. And Leos do this, Virgos do this. I do it all the time. So I'm not putting shade on anybody. But if you're thinking a lot about the past and the past situations and the past people that are no longer here today, we can't focus on our present. So they don't want you to, you could have a moment, oh yeah, that person used to be here, or I'm sad about this, or I was happy about this, but now I can't do anything we can't do anything about the past. It's okay to revisit it. My mother used to say, I'm not walking down memory lane. And I never understood that. I was like, why not? Let's talk about it. And she was like, nope, don't live in the past. That's how she was. My aunt used to say that too, my Aunt Betty. Um, Anyhow, so in other words, it's okay to think about it, but then keep it moving. Think about what you have to do now, what you want to manifest, what you want in your life, what would make you happy, what would bring you joy. Okay? And think about all those circumstances. Like, say it's, I have a small business that is running very beautifully. I have enough time for myself to relax and recharge. I have enough time with my spouse or my significant other. I have enough time to help my kids with their homework. I that's a thing. Okay, you could be so stressed out and stressed to the limits that you don't even have enough time to do that. Um, and then that could add to your pressure. All right. So focus on yourself, have a reset what your goals are right now for the next 6 months, and also just never think in terms of 5 years. I don't believe in that. Think in terms of like, how about the next couple of months and next year? That's it. Don't go too far ahead. Using your time in a more valuable way and that values you and your priorities. Okay. Cause I feel like, and Noah's saying, you're right, Katrina, you being pulled in a lot of different directions, and that'll make you break. When people pull you in so many different directions and then your own mind does a job on you, um, you could break that way. Okay. That's when you just totally close down and close yourself off, and you're like, you're not good for anybody. You're not good for you. You're not good for others. And you're not good for your job. You're not good for anything that you want to do because you need time to mentally recharge. Okay. Um, Value your time, picking and choosing now. Use your time and let go of toxic habits, toxic people. That came up a lot. Toxic, it's shown by the death card, and the death card doesn't necessarily mean death. It could be addictions. It could be even, like sometimes the death card comes up when there's narcissistic people around you. And the death card will come up in a read a lot of times because it's like that energy is around you. Doesn't necessarily you're going to have losses, but there was losses. There has been losses for Rose, because that's what Noah says. And they are there. The angels are there, and even your ancestors that you never met, they are all on Team Rose. Okay. Yeah. So there's toxic people. And for some reason, the toxic people are gaslighting you, putting in your way. They'll always do this. They'll tell you a little happy story of how you used to be and all the things you used to do. But actually, you used to do all these things for them. So they'll throw out that crumb to you and they'll be like, oh, it was so nice back then when you used to blah, blah, blah. But it really was, how can you serve them? It has nothing to do with them being nice to you. You were serving them. Okay? If you understand what I mean. Okay, so watch out for toxic habits that you might have for yourself, putting yourself in situations that you're not saying no, you're just saying yes, and then you're having too much on your docket. Toxic people are around you, they're around all of us. Cleanse it away. More meditation, more time for yourself. Yeah, ask your significant other to help you with that. You need more time to have where you're just sitting staring at a tree or just sitting looking at nothing. Okay? Go in your car like I am. Just sit in your car. Okay? 10 minutes. It really helps. It does help. Cleanse away to get to a higher vibration. Yes. And this goes for a lot of Leos out there. Their vibration is rattled because they're being pulled in so many different directions that they're not having the time that they need. to recharge and to be the best person that they could be and feel good even just for yourself. So, um, make that happen so that you can get at that higher vibration. Because when you're at the low vibration, that's when the stomach aches happen. That's when the aches and pains happen. That's when the feeling of malaise and depression happens. The high vibration, the headaches go away because you have so many happy things that you're thinking about and positive things and a feeling of like, I'm looking forward to this. You definitely need that trip to look forward to. You definitely need to know that I'm going to have this business that I've always wanted, whatever that might be, or the change in the job. Um, Two of Swords, I talked about that before, that kept coming up, coming up. So you definitely have to make a choice that maybe you didn't make in January and February. Um, and when you make it, you're going to feel like a relief off your shoulders. So make the choice. Some people who are toxic, they're also verbally abusive to you. That has to stop. Okay. You know how that could stop? Hang up the phone. Okay? If they're in front of you, you walk out of the room. You're not going to talk to me like that. And you turn around and you walk out of the room. I don't care if it's your boss. Okay? I don't appreciate you speaking to me like that. When you're able to speak to me in a diplomatic way, then give me a call. And you turn around and you walk out. You have to stop it in the tracks. Otherwise, somebody, they might love you. Of course they might love you. They might even say, I love you. I love you. Why are you acting like this? No, you're standing up for yourself. And sometimes that's painful. Okay? So, people who are toxic, verbally abusive around you, Leos and Rose out there, moving towards emotional balance. That's what you want, emotional balance. Being content with the life that you're living. Get away from the verbal abuse. Stop it in their tracks. How dare they? How dare they? But you don't even have to be as dramatic as me. But stop it in the tracks, because there's a lot of little eyes watching, little kids watching, and how you react to people, how they treat you, your kids will start to treat you that way, or they'll let people treat them that way. So think about that, and that can help you nip it in the bud. Be the lion. That's when the lion needs to come out. Right, Noah? He's like, you got this, Katrina. And he's giving me a thumbs up like this. And he's still wearing the white outfit. Okay. So handsome. And you're very pretty too, Andrea. I'm sorry, I didn't give you a compliment. You're very beautiful. Giving you, she goes, no, it's my sister who's beautiful. It's my sister Rose who's beautiful. Giving your life a chance to be balanced is so important and more healthy. Other people's insecurities aren't your responsibility. Let me say that again. Other people's insecurities, what they're insecure about, that's not your responsibility. You don't have to spend your life talking everybody off the ledge. Is it being a good sister? Is it being a good daughter? Is it being a good wife? Is it being a good mother? You can listen to people, and then you put a boundary up. You say, listen, we discussed this before, and I listened to you talk about this, and that's okay to get it out. But once you're starting to say the same thing over and over again, and you're not listening to any suggestions that I'm giving you, then I think it's time to hang up. I think it's time. Maybe hang up, and you can listen, think about what I said. But I'm not going to listen to the phone calls that are over and over again, because I'm hearing like something is said over and over again, and you give a suggestion, or you have given suggestions. And then what they're showing me now is, now you just listen and you don't give any suggestions because they never take your suggestions. And so then you're absorbing that negative stuff like a sponge. You might be 5,000 miles away from them or 3,000 miles away from them, but you're absorbing what they're putting out like a sponge. Then you hang up the phone, they hang up the phone, they feel better because they let out. They just threw up all their negative crap and you absorbed it and you end up feeling terrible. And that's enough of that. Okay, that's what they're telling me in heaven. Enough of that. Stand up for yourself sometimes by saying, I can't listen to this anymore because obviously I can't help you. I love you, but I can't help you right now. Okay? So giving your life a chance to be balanced and more healthy, other people's insecurities aren't your responsibility. You're responsible for your own health. You're responsible for your own mental health. So if you need to avoid certain people for a week or two, that's what you do. In terms of the kids and the people that you live with in your house every day, you have to put up the boundaries with them too. Okay? I'm telling you, they will get in line once you put up the boundaries and say, this is what I'm going to deal with. This is all I could do to help you. And the rest is, you'll have to ask somebody else. Okay? Even if you love them, keep your plans to yourself. Yeah. So, in other words, you can't solve everybody's problems even if you love them. And you want to be there for them, but you have to be there for yourself first and your own mental health. Even if you love them. So, keep your plans to yourself. You have an idea and it's already there. And Noah just showed me. But they're saying, be careful with your plans. Don't be so vocal about them because somebody might steal it. Or somebody might say, oh, I'm going to do that. You're going to do that. I'm going to do that. And they'll take the sails from the wind from your sails, so to speak. They'll take, they'll feel like, you'll feel like deflated from it. So keep it to yourself for now. And that's hard for me because every time, like when I had the 10-10 idea, which, fell like a brick. Okay. I haven't done it and nobody really noticed. But anyhow, when I had that idea, I was like all about it. I was like telling everybody and doing different videos and stuff. In other words, they're saying, keep it more to yourself and nurture it. And then when you feel like it's all done, you come out with it. Or you could tell a good friend or a family member that you could trust if you want to express it. But when we're manifesting, it's good to keep things to you. And I have trouble with this part. I'm always reading, things in my journal, whatnot to people. But they say, keep it to yourself for a while. Because when you're cooking something, you just keep the lid on it. When you're cooking something, right? So you keep the lid on it so that it doesn't go all over the place and everybody knows what you're cooking. Okay, so to speak. Maybe you'll understand. Okay. Yeah, keep it to yourself. There's so many haters around you because people are jealous because you're talented and you're beautiful and you're smart, and there's haters and they don't want you to do well. And sometimes those haters see your power or see your success as pulling you away from them. So they kind of put that in your face. Oh, like you used to be better when you were just like, a few years ago. Now you're different. You're changing. But you know what? If a caterpillar stayed the same and never changed, we would not have a butterfly. Okay, so I know it sounds like, cliche or whatever, but I try to speak in metaphors and similes because I'm trying to get certain points across that they're showing me and that when I did the cards. Okay, so understand that when you change, a lot of people that love you get worried because when you change, they think you're going to fly away and change your love for them or your friendship for them. So that's why people get so unsettled when you make a change. And you're like, why can't people be happy for me? They're supposed to be my family. They're supposed to be my friends. They're supposed to be my blood. And what I just said, people are happy for you, but they get afraid that if you change this much, maybe you'll be away from them. Okay? So it's their insecurities that aren't your responsibility. Remember, the other people's insecurities, even family members' insecurities, are not your responsibility. You're responsible for your own emotions and your own words and your own things. Okay? Okay, so don't worry about the haters. Haters are just there because you're getting greater. And so then you'll have more haters. All right, stay away from the gossip. And I thought it said Bitcoin, but it didn't say Bitcoin. Stay away from the gossip, the drama, the bitching, the complaining. Stay away from that. Okay? And it'll be smooth sailing. Increase your vibe. Increase your value. Figure out how to make more money but work less. That's what I was trying to say before. See, I have lots of notes. Okay. Okay, I'm just going to read this. Okay, so you need to fight for what you want. Take the risk that you've been thinking about, okay? You've been thinking about this risk for a long time, okay? Then you've put it away because family things came up, other people's things came up. Stop putting things away for yourself, okay? Take it back out and go towards your dreams. Go towards your manifestation. Start to apply what you already know. Your intuition will tell you who to trust. And find your power. Power, power, power. Find your power. It's already there. It's already within you. Okay? You are thinking about your past and loss a lot. And looking back a lot. So I talked about that. Please, you gotta look at it. But know that it's in God's hands. Know that it's in your ancestors and your angels. Your brother Noah, he's like, I got you. You're stuck in your head a lot, trying to move on, but you're not sure which road to move on to. I discussed that. You have a decision to make and you feel like you're sometimes, not all the time. Sometimes, do you feel like you're living in a lie? You have to address that with your loved ones. So sometimes you feel like you're living a lie. This is what I'm feeling, okay? And you validate this for me, Noah and Andrea. You have this talent, and sometimes you don't really know what it is, but you know what it is. But you feel like a pressure that you would have to show it to everybody. So it's almost like you have a gift from God, but you're hiding it and you're holding it close in. It's almost like, say God gave you this like special book. And so you're holding it and you're hoarding it. You're keeping it quiet. You're keeping it, and maybe you show a friend every once in a while. And it comes out every once in a while. But God wants you to show it all the time. To be proud of it. To be proud of your talents. Whatever, even if it's an odd talent, like sometimes, like my collaging, it was weird, okay? It's odd. It was like, and I sat there one day and I was like, I always like to paint. I always like to do art, but I wasn't 100% good, okay? Maybe not even 80% good. So, but I had all these ideas in my head and I said, I wonder when I learned about the colors and what they meant and the chakras, and I said, I wonder if I could take picture. I love collage art and I learned about it in college. And I said, I wonder if I could be like that and just take pictures from magazines or pictures from books and glue them and then just put all these different objects and sparkly and it would help people when they just looked at it. They would feel better and they would feel happy and it would be like a drug, but a safe drug. Okay. And you know what? God said, yeah, go do it. Go do it, okay? I'm not a rich person from doing my art, but does it make me happy and makes me feel great? It makes me feel like I'm healing all the stuff that's wrong in here. There's a lot of stuff wrong, and I can't afford to go to the doctor, okay? And there's a lot of stuff wrong up here, but it heals it. When I do that, when I've been painting lately, and whenever I do it, I feel so much better. So what I'm saying to you, Rose, is there's something that God gave you. And you might say, of course, being an empath is part of it, and a psychic and things like that. But there's some other way you want to use it. I don't even know what it is. They're not showing me the full picture, but they're saying, don't be shy about it, because if you're shy about it, that's not celebrating. Hey, look, I got this gift, okay? Because you might have done that before, and some people in your family might have said, you're good, but you're not that good. You know what? God's saying you're great. You're not just good. You're great. And it's time to share it. It's time to celebrate it. And wherever it takes you. I know I'm missing an earring. Okay. It kept falling off, and I think it's on the floor in the kitchen or the living room. So sorry. I just realized it now. They're pretty, but anyhow. Okay, sorry about going off on a tangent. So that could be why you might feel like you're living in a lie. I'm not trying to rhyme. Because you have gifts and you're like, maybe I'm good at it, but I'm going to hide it, because last time when I tried to tell some people I was good at it, they were mean to me, or even family members weren't really accepting. Do you think my family members were accepting of this whole YouTube thing? No, they weren't. Okay? Sometimes you just got to do things that you feel led to do. You're an adult person. I'm an adult person. I'm very old. Okay? I'm probably older than all the sisters in the sisters club, but you just got to do it. You just got to say, if not now, when? Does it give me joy when I do? Yeah, sometimes it's stressful, but that's any business. That's any job that you have. That's any time you got to carve out time to do what you like to do, using the gifts and talents from God. And if you're still not sure, just say, please, dear God, show me my gifts and talents. You kind of know what they are. And your brother says, yeah, she does. And your sister's like, I'm behind you. I got you. Keep on doing it. Push forward. Push forward. Something beautiful is coming. They just showed me a butterfly. So like a butterfly opening the wings, and it was blue. And that's my symbol of like something, a gift coming, your efforts being rewarded. It was really beautiful. Thank you for that. So, something Leos are not being honest about. You want to tell your friend or significant other